London is full of mysterious tales and chilling legends. The city is home to ancient buildings, dark alleys, and eerie sites known for ghostly sightings and strange happenings. From historic landmarks to abandoned places, whispers of restless spirits and unexplained noises add to London's spooky charm, making it a hotspot for ghost stories and paranormal seekers. Now we will visit the most haunted places in London. Number 1. Bruce Castle. Bruce Castle, located in Tottenham, North London, is one of the city's most haunted and mysterious historical landmarks. This 16th century Tudor manor holds centuries of secrets, tragic tales, and ghostly encounters that continue to intrigue visitors and paranormal enthusiasts to this day. With its eerie atmosphere and spine-chilling stories, Bruce Castle has gained a reputation as a hotspot for paranormal activity in London. One of the most famous legends linked to Bruce Castle is the tragic story of Lady Constantia Lucy, wife of Sir Henry Hare. According to local folklore, Lady Lucy was locked away in the castle's tower by her controlling husband, who was enraged by her desire to write letters to her family. Some say she jumped from the tower in despair, while others claim she was pushed. Her restless spirit is believed to haunt the castle grounds. Visitors and staff have reported seeing a ghostly figure of a woman dressed in white standing by the windows of the tower, staring out with a sorrowful expression. Her appearance is most commonly witnessed on stormy nights, adding an eerie touch to the castle's gloomy vibe. Another mysterious tale revolves around children's laughter heard echoing through the castle's empty hallways. The sounds are said to be from the spirits of children who once lived on the estate. Some believe they were victims of tragic accidents, while others think they were orphan children who sought refuge at the castle. Although unseen, their presence is strongly felt by those who visit. People have described hearing footsteps, giggles, and playful noises when no children are around. Bruce Castle also has a haunted oak tree on its grounds, known as the Hanging Tree. It's said that the tree was once used for public executions, and the souls of those who met their end there never left. Visitors report cold spots and uneasy feelings near the tree, even on warm days. In addition to these stories, paranormal investigators have captured unexplained phenomena inside the castle, including sudden temperature drops, strange orbs, and objects moving on their own. The castle's museum staff have also experienced flickering lights, mysterious shadows, and doors opening and closing by themselves. Today, Bruce Castle stands as a museum and historical site, but its dark past continues to give it an unsettling presence. Whether you're a history buff or a ghost hunter, visiting Bruce Castle offers an unforgettable glimpse into London's haunted history. Number 2. Hampton Court Palace. Hampton Court Palace, located on the banks of the River Thames in London, is one of the most famous haunted places in the UK. Built in the early 1500s by Cardinal Thomas Wolsey and later taken over by King Henry VIII, the palace has witnessed centuries of royal drama, betrayal, and tragedy. Its grand halls and winding corridors are said to be haunted by restless spirits of past residents, making it a hotspot for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. The most famous ghostly figure associated with Hampton Court Palace is Catherine Howard, the fifth wife of King Henry VIII. Accused of adultery, Catherine was arrested and held at the palace before being sent to the Tower of London for execution. According to legend, upon learning of her fate, she escaped her guards and ran through the palace's gallery, screaming and begging the king for mercy. She was dragged away and later beheaded. Today, her ghost is said to haunt the haunted gallery, where visitors have reported hearing chilling screams, sudden cold drafts, and the feeling of an invisible presence. Some even claim to have seen a figure in white running through the gallery, only to disappear into thin air. Another famous ghost at Hampton Court is Jane Seymour, Henry VIII's third wife, and the only one to give him a male heir. Tragically, Jane died shortly after giving birth to Prince Edward in 1537. Her spirit is believed to haunt the Silver Stick Staircase, which leads to the room where she gave birth. Many claim to have seen a ghostly figure dressed in a white robe, holding a lighted candle, walking down the staircase. The palace is also said to be haunted by Sybil Penn, known as the Grey Lady. Sybil was a nurse to Prince Edward, and after her death, she was buried nearby. However, her tomb was disturbed during renovations in the 19th century. Shortly after, people began hearing mysterious sounds of spinning wheels and saw a figure in gray wandering the halls. The state apartments and clock court are often associated with her sightings. Even modern-day visitors and staff at Hampton Court Palace have experienced strange occurrences. Doors slam shut on their own, footsteps echo in empty hallways, and sudden temperature drops leave people with an eerie feeling. Paranormal investigators have captured unexplained sounds and shadowy figures on camera, adding to the palace's spooky reputation. With its dark history and tragic stories, Hampton Court Palace remains a place where the past never truly rests. Visitors seeking a glimpse into the paranormal often leave with unforgettable experiences and tales of the ghosts that still roam the royal residence. Number 3. Highgate Cemetery. Highgate Cemetery in North London is one of the most mysterious and haunted places in the city, shrouded in eerie tales of ghosts, vampires, and unexplained paranormal activity. Opened in 1839, the cemetery became the final resting place for thousands of people, including famous figures like Karl Marx. Its Gothic architecture, overgrown pathways, and crumbling tombstones create an unsettling atmosphere that attracts ghost hunters and thrill seekers from all over the world. The most famous legend associated with Highgate Cemetery is that of the Highgate Vampire, a mysterious figure said to roam the grounds at night. The story began in the 1960s when locals reported seeing a tall, dark figure with hypnotic red eyes lurking among the graves. Some claimed the vampire was responsible for strange occurrences, such as animals being found drained of blood and eerie shadows moving between the tombstones. Two local paranormal investigators, David Farrant and Sean Manchester, brought national attention to the story when they both claimed to have encountered the vampire. Manchester even went so far as to conduct a vampire hunt, saying he drove a stake through the creature's heart. To this day, the legend of the Highgate Vampire remains one of the cemetery's most chilling tales. Another ghostly figure said to haunt the cemetery is the mad old woman, who is often seen wandering through the graves, clutching flowers and mumbling to herself. According to legend, she was a grieving mother who never got over the loss of her child and now wanders the cemetery looking for her child's grave. Visitors have reported hearing her soft sobs and seeing her vanish into thin air when approached. Highgate Cemetery is also known for its phantom monks. People have claimed to see shadowy figures dressed in long robes, silently gliding through the cemetery's pathways. These ghostly monks are believed to be spirits of ancient religious figures buried in the area. Some visitors have described feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness and coldness in their presence. Other paranormal reports include flickering lights, disembodied voices, and ghostly whispers coming from the graves, especially in the older parts of the cemetery. People have also experienced sudden temperature drops, the sensation of being watched, and unexplained movements in the corner of their eyes. Despite its spooky reputation, Highgate Cemetery remains a popular tourist spot, with guided tours allowing visitors to explore its haunted grounds. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the atmosphere at Highgate is undeniably eerie, making it one of London's most infamous haunted places. Number 4. Langham Hotel. The Langham Hotel, located in the heart of London, is one of the city's oldest and most luxurious hotels, and also one of the most haunted. Built in 1865, this grand Victorian hotel has been a favorite among royalty, celebrities, and politicians over the years. However, beneath its glamorous exterior lies a dark and eerie past, with chilling tales of ghostly apparitions, mysterious noises, and tragic events that have given the Langham its reputation as London's most haunted hotel. One of the most famous ghost stories associated with the Langham Hotel is that of room 333, widely regarded as the most haunted room in the entire hotel. Guests and staff have reported seeing a ghostly figure of a man dressed in Victorian-era clothing, believed to be the spirit of a doctor who killed his wife and then took his own life while staying at the hotel during their honeymoon. The doctor's ghost is said to appear in room 333 during October, with witnesses describing a horrifying scene of his ghostly figure hovering above the bed, staring with lifeless eyes. Some guests have been so terrified that they have left the room in the middle of the night. Another ghost frequently seen at the Langham is the German prince, who reportedly jumped to his death from a top-floor window before World War I. His spirit is said to roam the corridors of the hotel, particularly on the 4th floor. Guests have reported hearing footsteps in empty hallways and feeling a sudden, eerie chill when passing by certain rooms. The ghost of the prince is often described as wearing a military uniform, and his presence is accompanied by a sense of sadness and unease. The Langham is also home to the spirit of Napoleon III, the exiled French emperor who once lived at the hotel. His ghost is often seen in the basement and lower floors, where guests and staff have reported hearing disembodied whispers in French. Another unsettling story involves a man with a disfigured face who is often seen standing by the windows of certain rooms, staring out at the street below. His identity remains a mystery, but many believe he was a former guest who met a tragic end at the hotel. Apart from these specific ghosts, guests and staff have experienced a wide range of paranormal activity, including flickering lights, unexplained temperature drops, objects moving on their own, and doors slamming shut without reason. The hotel's grand ballroom is also rumored to be haunted, with reports of ghostly figures appearing during events and disappearing without a trace. Despite its spooky reputation, the Langham Hotel remains one of London's most prestigious establishments, attracting visitors from all over the world. Whether you're a believer in the paranormal or simply intrigued by ghost stories, the haunted history of the Langham adds an eerie charm to this iconic hotel. But if you ever find yourself staying in room 333, be prepared. You might not be alone. Number 5. The Clink Prison Museum. The Clink Prison Museum in London is one of the city's oldest and most notorious prisons, known for its dark history of torture, executions, and gruesome conditions. Located on the south bank of the River Thames in Southwark, the Clink dates back to the 12th century and operated as a prison for over 600 years. Today, the prison is a museum that attracts visitors fascinated by its brutal past and chilling tales of paranormal activity. With its reputation as one of the most haunted places in London, the Clink is a hotspot for ghost hunters and those curious about the darker side of history. The Clink was infamous for holding prisoners of all kinds, including heretics, thieves, debtors, and political dissenters. Many of these prisoners endured horrific torture and died in agony within its walls. The grim conditions and brutal treatment led to the belief that many souls never left the prison, and their restless spirits still haunt the building to this day. One of the most well-known ghostly figures associated with the Clink is John Rogers, a Protestant clergyman who was imprisoned for his religious beliefs during the reign of Queen Mary I. Rogers was later executed by burning at the stake, and it's believed that his spirit haunts the prison. Visitors have reported hearing disembodied voices reciting prayers and ghostly footsteps in empty rooms. Some even claim to feel an invisible presence following them through the dark corridors of the museum. Another eerie tale involves the ghost of a tortured prisoner who is said to haunt the museum's torture chamber. This figure is believed to be one of the many prisoners who were brutally tortured in the Clink's infamous devices, such as the rack and the thumbscrew. Visitors and staff have reported seeing a shadowy figure lurking near the torture devices, hearing agonizing screams, and feeling sudden drops in temperature. The White Lady is another ghost frequently seen at the Clink. She is believed to be the spirit of a woman who was imprisoned for witchcraft and later executed. Her ghostly figure, dressed in white, has been seen wandering the museum's dark hallways. Witnesses have described feeling a chilling breeze and hearing faint weeping whenever she appears. The ghost of a jailer is also said to haunt the museum. Known for his cruelty during his time at the prison, the jailer's spirit is believed to roam the corridors, watching over the exhibits. Some visitors have reported feeling unexplained pressure on their shoulders, as if someone is standing behind them, only to turn around and find no one there. In addition to ghost sightings, visitors and staff have experienced objects moving on their own, lights flickering, and doors slamming shut without explanation. Many people have also reported feeling a heavy, oppressive atmosphere inside the museum. especially near the cells where prisoners were once held. The Clink Prison Museum offers a unique and eerie glimpse into London's dark past. While it serves as a fascinating historical site, the haunting stories and paranormal experiences make it one of the most spine-chilling places in the city. For those brave enough to visit, it's a chance to come face to face with the ghosts of the Clink, if you dare.